time to review a lesser-known release from this season, Occultic 9. Lesser known because compared to some sports anime about ice-skating Russians or the new porn from Hiranokota, I never heard about this thing, and neither did my employers. Even Izetta had more spotlight, I think. It doesn't matter anyway. Occultic 9 is an anime from Universe, from the same studio, that tells us a story about misadventures of some blogger and a bunch of random people that you'll either won't remember anyway or just ignore. But since characters here are at last important, here's a quick description of them. Blogger, militant atheist, fortune teller, journalist whose face to me is for some reason quite familiar, not sure why though, and a schoolboy that desperately tries to mimic Sherlock Holmes. The rest of these characters either don't do anything useful, or it's better to not tell about them for the sake of surprise. I would start retelling the plot here, but the problem is that this is one of those weird anime. The plot here is convoluted and sometimes doesn't make a lick of sense, but as a whole quite simple and can be retold with ease. The problem here is that if I do that, there'll be no point of view to watch it. If this was a bad or mediocre anime, I would do that without any problem, but here the plot is the best part of the anime, so the only thing that I will tell you is I liked it. What I didn't like is that they copied the adapted visual novel too much, from the animation style to the storytelling aspect. Everything in this anime is fast, the frames change rapidly, one scene can last for a couple of minutes just viewed from different angles that can make someone either motion sick or even trigger an epileptic seizure, and the information is dumped on you from a machine gun, something that although I think is a good thing considering the amount of text, people that are used to talk like sloth will definitely find annoying. The storytelling in general reminded me of a visual novel called Danganronpa. And not in the best way. The plot of Danganronpa, in case if you don't know, is similar to that of the Occultic 9. We have a bunch of pretty characters whose age range from teens to young adults, and they have a specific task, failing which will result in death, like in Danganronpa, or just bad stuff in case of The problem is that the protagonists of these stories usually are one of two types. They are either always cheerful, optimistic buffoons that annoy everyone around him by simply existing, or they are annoying whiny bitches and the rest of the cast is forced to revolve around him because friendship with him is literally the only thing that they have in common. And the ending is always the same. All these characters, well those that survived anyway, start to depend on him like he's their dealer and placed all their hopes and dreams on him. And while you can say that that's just any hero of any story, first, I suggest you go read some classical literature and not embarrass yourself. And second, it's not the predictability that irks me, it's that all said characters treat you like you're retarded or something. Hey Makoto, do you know about the locked room mystery? It's a type of crime that is committed under circumstances under which it was seemingly impossible for the perpetrator to commit the crime and or evade detection in the course of getting in and out of the crime scene. Yes, Kyoko, I know. I was already told that. 3 times before. 2 of those by you. You stupid, autistic Miss Marple wannabe. There are 2 things in this world that I hate the most. Rasolnik and when someone tells me the same information more than once.
Aber Anti, nicht jeder ist so klug und einzigartig wie du. Ja, man kann doch auch das Spaßenhirn haben.
First, if your memory is that bad, why the hell are you reading a detective novel? Second, in a game you can make this easier with tabs. Hyperlinks. Those things that you can click on and make a hint appear. Even in anime, the subtitles exist for a reason. Those who want to read them will either pause the anime or will be able to read them fast enough. Those who don't care won't read it to save their lives. Occultic 9 is almost 40% them hastily dumping plot on the viewer. A plot that he either should have realized by now, or should never even heard of that outside of specialized literature, and that is really annoying. Oh, and the last thing, the ending, which essentially says, read the fucking visual novel. And fuck you too, creators. And fuck you too.